Sergeant, I wanted to ask you about a moment 2 days ago in that hearing room after Stephen Ayers, a man who attacked the Capitol, who was one of the people who rushed in there past you and committed violence that day, approached you and your colleagues to offer apologies. Mixed reactions. Some of the officers wanted none of it. They didn't accept the apology. Some of them, I think, were probably actively angry with him and maybe didn't want to even shake his hand. But you did accept that apology. Why?
To be honest, it caught me off guard. But like I said to other news agencies, I'm not a vindictive person. I might be upset at you for a moment, and that's it. I let it go. I could live with myself with the action that I took on January 6th. I know what I did was right. The first person he should have had apologized in that room, even when he was doing his testimony, when he began, it should have been to Aaron Smith, who was right next to me. She lost her husband because of what happened on January 6th. Mike Fanone, he passed him, and he almost got killed on that day. I almost got killed several times, and he passed everybody else. I'm not saying that Don doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the first person who he should have had apologized in that room, it should have been Aaron Smith. I don't know whether he did that as for a photo op or for seeking leniency against the judge. I did notice his attorney kind of like tell him to look one way or the other. That's up to him and his maker. I know I could live with myself with those decisions that I did. At the end of the day, he had to answer to the judges in his criminal cases and to his maker when everything is said and done.